This is Real News Media TV, coverage you can trust. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates. Illegal firearms seized in Retrieve St. James. The police in St. James on Friday seized a 6 Sawyer 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 16 9mm rounds of ammunition during an operation on Oil Mine Lane in Retrieve District. It is reported that about 1:30 p.m., a team was in the area when the cops saw a man whose actions aroused their suspicion. On seeing the police, the man ran. The police team pursued the man and a search of the area was conducted, and the illegal firearm and ammunition was found. No one was arrested in relation to the seizure. Triple murder in Bedward Gardens. Gunmen allegedly shot 3 men in Bedward Gardens near Augustown in St. Andrew this morning. The deceased, whose identities has not been disclosed, were reportedly coming from a party just before 5 a.m. when they were attacked. Police investigators are at the scene. More details to come. First, the Global Bank warns against the fraudsters. First, the Global Bank is warning its customers to be on the alert for fraudsters. In an advisory on Friday, the bank indicated that unscrupulous characters have taken advantage of the similarity between its customer support telephone number and an individual's mobile phone number. It says these individuals have developed a scheme pretending to be members of the bank's customer care team and defrauding customers who inadvertently call 876-225-5342 instead of its legitimate 888-224-5342 toll-free number. In fake interactions, the fraudsters have been asking customers to disclose their card details the bank disclosed. It says its security team is taking steps to remove this threat. It is encouraging customers to be aware of best practices for banking card security. FGB will never ask for your full 16-digit card number to verify your account, expiry date, or CCV 3-digit number on the back of your card. You must never provide your card expiry date and the CCV to verify your account over the phone. Island to experience increased rainfall starting Sunday, Met Office says. The Meteorological Service says the island will experience increased rainfall starting tomorrow. A trough across the Eastern Caribbean is likely to generate unstable weather conditions continuing into early next week. The forecast is for moderate to heavy showers and thunderstorms to affect sections of the eastern and central parishes. Occasionally, gusty winds are likely in the vicinity of thunderstorms. The Meteorological Service says fishers and other marine interests should exercise caution as sea conditions will deteriorate. CXC oral and practical exams will continue as scheduled. The Overseas Examinations Commission is reporting that Caribbean Examinations Council oral and practical exams will continue as scheduled. On Wednesday, CXC announced a 3-week delay for the regional exams, which will now commence on May 23. Deputy Director in charge of examinations at the OEC, Sharon Burnett, is stating that only written exams were rescheduled and that all other exams, oral and practical examinations, will continue as is. She notes that oral and practical exams started on Tuesday, April 12. Candidates are being advised that the art production examinations will be conducted on their previously scheduled date. Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate Visual Arts will begin on Monday, May 2, and the Caribbean Advanced Proficiency Examination Art and Design Productions will begin on Monday, May 9. Burnett said that the exam papers were already distributed to candidates before the announcement made by CXC. Practical examinations in music and PE and sport will also be conducted according to the arrangements that have already been finalized and circulated to schools and examiners. The revised timetables will be uploaded to the CXC website and the student portal for the rescheduled written examinations. Ethics and deportment in schools spurs debate at Parliamentary Committee meeting. The issue of ethics and deportment in schools has spurred debate at the Parliamentary Committee considering the Jamaica Teaching Council bill. The long-standing topic of debate has been reignited by recent incidents involving students being locked out of school because of their uniforms and hairstyles. Making its submission to the committee reviewing the JTC bill on Thursday, the Ecumenical Education Committee, which represents schools operated by churches and the trust, said it wanted to be given a say in the council's development of a code of ethics for teachers. Head of the Anglican Church in Jamaica, Dr. Howard Gregory, said the church believes values are an important part of education. We need to recognize that in our society today, as soon as you begin to talk about the specific values, there are those who oppose. There are issues of hairstyles and tattoos, and you wonder if persons want any particular discipline. But when they get into the workplace, they can't appear as they carry themselves in a certain way, he said. However, committee members then raised the matter of how teachers and school administrators have handled issues of students' behavior and deportment. Committee member Senator Natalie Campbell Rodriguez questioned whether the JTC bill should expressly state how such matters are handled when educators breach the ministry's guidelines regarding treatment of students who commit dress code breaches. Cops given 4 days to charge or release a Coral Gardens suspect. Investigators have been given 4 days to charge or release a man who was detained during Tuesday's anti-narcotics operation in Coral Gardens, St. James. A habeas corpus application was made on Friday in the St. James Parish Court. It was filed by the suspect's attorney, Martin Thomas. The court was informed by detectives that investigators were at a sensitive stage and the suspect is to be questioned on May 3. The court ordered that he be charged or released by 6 p.m. on that date. On Friday, the police reported that the cash which was seized during Tuesday's operation amounted to nearly $600 million. Just over US $3.8 million and 30,000 Canadian dollars were found at a house in Coral Gardens. A motor vehicle which was intercepted in the vicinity of the property was searched, and 24 pounds of cocaine with a street value of Jamaican $85 million seized. Another suspect was detained by the police. Grange and Bartlett launch independence celebrations in UK. Jamaica's 60 independence activities were officially launched in the United Kingdom this week by Jamaica's Minister of Culture, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, and Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett when the visiting ministers hosted 2 events in London and Birmingham. The 4-month-long series of activities will consist of praise and Thanksgiving church services, celebratory dinners, music and dance symposiums, exhibitions, summer garden parties, and outdoor music festivals, all of which will be held under the theme Reigniting a Nation for Greatness. Grange described the planned celebrations as an opportunity to unleash more forcefully the power and the talent of the Jamaican diaspora in the UK, reinforcing the notion that we are an awesome nation. Speaking at the launch reception on Monday at the White City House in Shepherd's Bush, West London, Grange used Louise Bennett's famous poem Colonization in Reverse as the backdrop to her short address. She said when Louise Bennett, mother of Jamaican culture, wrote her famous poem, she had already established an acute awareness of the power of the Jamaican culture. After years of migration to the UK, Jamaicans would make such a large impact on the country. The color, the tonality, the swag, everything would change forever because of our presence. Many of our parents and grandparents were members of the Windrush generation, so here we are today in the citadel of the Britain's empire, the heart of the very country which colonized us for more than 300 years until 1962, when we assumed the mantle of self-governance and political leadership. 60 years later, we are revered for our culture and our brand across the world. Bartlett in his address said Jamaica has the oldest and the strongest black democracy in the world because it is the only country which has never had an insurrection against its democracy since independence. He said, we change our government with ease, and even when we have had pluralities of one in the House of Representatives, we still maintain the efficiencies and integrity of the democracy that we have subscribed to. We have always found a way to make bipartisan arrangements work, a country therefore totally committed to freedom and democracy. The influence of all our 9 prime ministers since independence has been strong, their leadership have been effective, and they have in their own way, space and the time, carved the niches that have enabled Jamaica to become a respective and acceptable democracy sought after for leadership across the world. So it's not surprising that the candidacy for the next Commonwealth Secretary General is our own Foreign Minister and Foreign Trade, Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Select all for daily news updates.